White show. White show.
Which bundle man that ain't got time to shake your head? Get that side check, put it in pockets like it's back. Going downtown.
First review of 2015. I almost said 2014. Actually, in the original take, I did say 2014 because I'm, Anyway, the idea of Dying Light was intriguing, but I'll be totally honest when I say my hype level was really nowhere near the original, for the original Dead Island. Dead Island's first trailer, as everybody knows, seemed so epic and dark and emotional, and when we got the game, needless to say, it didn't live up to anyone's expectations on that front. The creators of that title have created Dying Light, and this time around, I have a feeling they made a much closer game to their original idea. What makes Dying Light the first surprise of 2015? Well, I'm going to tell you right now.
Yes, and? Was that it?
What do you mean, was that it? I'm not a fucking human trafficker.
You seem to have forgotten how much is riding on this file, Crane. If Rise wants one girl, then give her to him. You'll be there to keep an eye on her, won't you?
What the fuck kind of humanitarian outfit are you guys? And for that matter, if this project file can save the world, why keep it a fucking secret?
Which bundle man that ain't got time to shake your head? Get that side check, put it in pockets like it's back. Going downtown.
The goods start off really strong with this one. The parkour, the jumping and climbing and all that cool stuff, works really well, and it's also very smooth. The first 2 hours, I was baffled at how much I hated the controls in this game. I was starting to wonder if I'll ever like the climbing and the jumping and the etc. in this game. By the third or fourth hour, I was getting a better handle on it. By 10 hours in, I just felt like I was Red Arrow from Arrow. I was hopping, I was jumping, I was swinging, I was doing flips, I was a badass. And you don't really get that much, or really ever, that in first-person games. Also, the melee is very strong. It's more of a refined version of Dead Island. The hits each feel strong, and aiming for certain body parts will of course help you in the long run. A headshot will kill a zombie faster, hitting them in the legs will drop them, strong swings down will rip their arms off. So the hit detection isn't only better in this title, but it actually gives some strategic gameplay in the end.
Yeah, 10 points!
The nighttime has a lot of positives in this game, though a few negatives. I'll get to that later. First, let's discuss the positives. The atmosphere during the day is this nice, dreadful feeling, but at night, it's full of horrors. Yes, it's Game of Thrones. I mean, these vampire-ass looking zombies that chase you at night are so fucking scary. On top of that, the limited vision makes you actually worry about sprinting around in this city aimlessly. The night brings the horror elements to Dying Light that something a lot of horror games, a lot of zombie games seem to not even give a shit about anymore. Collecting is a big part in this game. You can collect so many items, create brand new items or modified weapons. On top of that, one of the key elements in this game is to level up. It is an RPG in a lot of ways. You got 3 different things to level up: survival, agility, and power, each having their own skill tree. It's not only fun, but it's a great way to actually do these flips and tricks and kill things for actual reasoning to level up your awesome character. The co-op works flawlessly, and my friend Sir Jim's hopped into my game and with no problems, no lag, and it was a blast just killing zombies and messing around. The story this time around also has some meat to it and remains somewhat interesting throughout. Even the side missions in this game have stories and cutscenes that keep them from being just an MMO click on a character and just read dialogue fetch quest type thing. Though, that finally leads to the bad.
What the fuck was that? Hey, Kareem, I just saw something I've never seen before. This huge, bloated infected just fucking exploded.
Well, having some interesting characters, they all remain fetch quests. Get this, do that, get that, come back. That's all there is. There's never anything different like, help me tackle these zombies, or do a mosh pit, it's just something interesting, or anything special. Just get this and that, which is a fetch quest, which is all there is in all the side quests. The main story, while being interesting, still lacks an emotional bond that it could carry now. Games like Walking Dead and Last of Us prove they can do it well, but instead, we just kind of get a really funny main character with some interesting side characters, but never do you actually feel attached to any of them. Also, the gameplay feels like a better, more polished version of Dead Island when it comes to the actual combat. So if you couldn't stand the gameplay combat in Dead Island, I doubt pounding zombies in the head with a bat is going to feel much different in this title, and it may not be for you.
Some of our guys use them to kill other infected. Shoot them, and they take out everything in a 3-meter radius.
Kidding me?
Waits for no man and ain't got time to shake your head. Get that side check, put it in pockets like it's back. Going downtown.
Dying Light proved to me that zombie games can still remain over-the-top fun and have horror-filled moments. I played Dead Rising 3 to death because it was balls-to-the-walls fun. I played Last of Us because it kept me on my toes with the dread and fear. This game manages to do both, and maybe not as well as those two, but combining the elements together is something I have to give credit for. A more emotional story, maybe more add-ons in the gameplay, and better side quests are needed, but what you have here is still a great zombie game for any zombie fan who likes to bash skulls in and try new weapons while still getting scared at night. I'm gonna give this game a nice old great 8 out of 10, and very surprisingly, the first good or great game for 2015. Let's keep it up.